Well, Coach, I know you want to win, but that was a fun night, though, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I was just talking to a couple of people, and it was just a great atmosphere, a really good high school volleyball match. I mean, it was just fun to see. Even the other side, like you said, they played really well. They've got some good talent over there, and we played really well tonight as well. But just overall, a good high school volleyball match.
I want to talk about some of the players out there and start with Avery Birch because, let me say this. I know early on in the season, I think the players kind of give her a hard time by showing no emotion, right? But
correct.
She got a few smiles out there tonight, didn't she?
Yeah, she better have a few smiles. She played probably her best match all season, so it was good to see her finally kind of open up and works on her swings. We had a skills practice on Friday, and we kind of just tweaked a few things on her swing, and I feel like she feels a little more comfortable. But you could definitely see it out there. She's a lot more consistent than our previous game, and I thought she played really well for us today.
And two, for her, it's not just that she's just not planted out there. She's moving around, isn't she?
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing that she's gotten better at. Starting early, she's kind of just not sure where to go maybe, and just not used to just playing a little bit of defense, and I think she picked up some balls that way as well, and just moving a little bit better and trying to attack a little quicker as well. But yeah, like you said, just a really good night for her.
As I talked to you here really for the first time, we didn't get to visit after Montevideo the other night, but as you're forming this team, can you kind of go through some of the players and the positions they're filling in and what you expect out of them and how they're doing with that?
Yeah, I think we're still in the works on a few things, but a lot of these players are new to the varsity game, so they're just trying to find their groove with that, and it's been a little bit of a struggle just kind of finding what works best. But I think Rhea Nelson will be important for our team. She sets in the back row and is hitting a little bit in the front row, just trying to get used to that. We ask a lot of her. And then Hannah Hoppy and Kaylee Ellering kind of hitting on the right side and the left side, so that's real important for them to get used to hitting on both sides of the net. And then we have Shay in the middle as well as Izzy, and Aaliyah gets in there some too, so trying to tweak with the middles a little bit. All three of them are real good, and Carrie playing libero as well as Kurzman playing back row, and they're doing a good job. Serve receive can be a struggle for us at times, but I thought we came around in that second and third set, just getting better with that. And then obviously Avery Birch and Alyssa on the right side doing some things. And Alyssa's been setting kind of new this year, so she's really worked hard and trying to be a little bit more consistent for us too.
I want to highlight too with Alyssa Stordahl, as you mentioned, she really, some of the saves that she makes, she provides a good spark for the team, doesn't she?
Yeah, tonight especially. She picked up some of those balls in the middle for us, and that was definitely a spark for us. We had some moments where we just needed to find that energy, and she definitely helped to push us forward with some momentum.
I wanted to say this about Carrie Rademacher. I watch her play softball. She's the shortstop on the softball team. It's a difficult position, but she stands out there like with the attitude of, okay, hit it at me. I'm going to make a play. Now as the libero for the volleyball team, it's kind of the same deal with her, isn't it?
Yeah, she's never very phased. I think that's what makes her good at the libero position. If she struggles here and there, she'll come out of it. I know she will, and I trust that. She's always going to be able to come through in a match, even if she struggles for a few points. And I thought she came through, especially in that second, third set when we played really well. Again, just working on that consistency. But she definitely is a leader out there. She may not say a whole lot, but she leads by example by just always being level-headed.
You can see that as you start to see some scores now in the West Central Conference. For example, tonight, Morris, who has not won, they took Sauk Center to 5. And Sauk Center won that fifth set 16-14 tonight.
Just like ours, pretty much.
So now,
oh, my goodness.
But it's showing to me, though, that Melrose, you're right in there with everybody, aren't you?
Yes. It stinks to, not come home with a win, obviously. But I told the girls we can't really be upset with it. We played about as well as we can, and this is a tough week for us. Obviously, going to Sauk Center, it's always a big match for us, and I think we did well tonight, kind of just getting ourselves going. And I told the girls West Central is a really good add to the conference. They were digging up all of the balls, and obviously that number 4 is a great outside. And so it's just fun to have a new add to the conference that brings a lot of competition. So this is a tough week for us, and obviously hoping to get the win on Thursday after this last night. But again, I can't be mad at the girls. We played about as good a volleyball as we have this season. So
going to Sauk Center on Thursday night now, we'll have it here on Bob FM. But What is it going to take with this group of athletes? Because you've seen it in the past before. When you play Sauk Center, you have to have that good attitude to say, hey, let's go play. How do you think this team will respond to that?
You know, tonight was it kind of just brings me back to some of those moments where we come out just hesitant. I think we came out hesitant today because we weren't really sure what West Central was going to do. And I kind of said to the girls, like, these girls are going to be scrappy. They're going to be good. They're good at. And I think they came out hesitant, and that showed in that first set. And then I tried to bring them together, and they kind of wrapped around and played really good. And, you know, we took it to 5. And so I think it's going to really be that we just need to come out strong to start and not focus so much on, oh, my gosh, we have to beat Sauk Center. Oh, my gosh, we have to beat so-and-so. It's just about playing well together and bringing that energy and not really focusing on that score until you get yourself rolling. And for us, that just means playing together. We're still figuring it out, and I think tonight was just a good indicator that we can mesh well if we play hard.
Well, yeah. Exactly right. Just keep it going, okay? And we'll see you Thursday.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Say, can I mention, too, that is a fundraiser for Katie Reitzema on Thursday. Do you know much about that? And because you're going to be involved in it, too, personally, right?
Yeah, I think Jill and I had talked a little bit about just trying to raise a little bit more money. Obviously, Katie's still recovering, and I think it's just important to keep awareness on where she's at and keep everybody involved. So she was my teammate in college when I was a senior, and she was a freshman, so I got to know her well then. And we still stayed in touch here and there. So it is really important to me to have those donations go to her family and bring both communities together, because obviously I think, you know, even though it's Melrose Sauk, everybody kind of knows everybody. So bringing both communities together, raising some money, and putting money into buckets, I guess. Whoever has the most money in a bucket will get a pie in the face. Either me, Coach Klapacki, or Superintendent Donnie Peschel. So just a fun way to raise money for her on her road to recovery.
I want to mention, too, about Katie Reitzema. I guess if there's one word to describe her, I always just think of the word tough. There isn't a tougher kid around, is there?
Oh, absolutely. She would have killed to be in a match like this tonight, and she would have dominated. So, yeah, you got that right. About the toughest human you'll ever meet, nicest human you'll ever meet, and one of the greatest families you'll ever meet as well. So, really important night. It'll be super fun to do that.